Welcome to Enterpop with your weekly dose of positivity. Hey, Ink,
Hey, Isa,
I got a question.
I might have an answer.
Have you ever met your hero?
Um, would it ruin this if I said yes?
God damn it. Yes, it would actually no. No, it would not.
Anyways, so why do you ask Isa?
Because
Meeting your heroes.
that's something we have in common with today's main
We
character,
do.
okay? A young figure skater, all right?
Hmm.
Who's weighed
Obsessed.
down by feelings of
So
inadequacy. No, 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 no. A little obsessed too, all right?
we
But
went
he's
in different
like
directions.
not feeling himself, weighed
He's
down by
not
feelings of inadequacy. He's struggling to
self-doubt.
find the driving force that'll help him catch up to the
He's a little
skater who he
depressed.
is obsessed with, right?
Right.
Um, but what
Obsessed with
happens?
that man.
But what happens when that
Yeah.
person he's obsessed with is obsessed with him too? Mm-hmm.
See,
That's
that's the
right.
part. We don't have that in
Late. Not that. We ain't got that
we
in
don't have that
common.
in common.
But yeah,
I'm also
today
not obsessed.
today we're talking about Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, Yuri on
Who remembers that?
Ice.
It's been 10
It's
years.
10. Came out in 2016, it said, so it's been
Mm,
20 years. 20 years.
20
Oh
years.
my.
What? Wait.
You're doing the math in your head, aren't you, Isa? That doesn't seem right.
It's 10 years, right?
10 years. Yeah, 10 years.
Oh,
Not 2006.
I was so scared.
Uh,
I was like, wait, no.
uh, no, 10 years. 10 years, 10
Okay,
years.
that makes me feel better.
My brain. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long week. We've had a ton of snow. I haven't left the house in a month. Anyways, point being, 10 years is the correct amount of time. 2016, yes.
Tell you,
Which,
10 years ago, I remembered while this was airing, right? I remember
mhm,
waiting each week to watch the next episode. I was deep in the
right.
trenches. I was deep in the fandom. The excitement of waiting for, are they gonna kiss this episode? Because they fucking should.
They never do.
And, but, um, and I'm so excited getting to share this with you now, even though
Mhm.
it's 10 years later. Um,
Even though it's 10 years later. Well,
because
because
I love this
you
show.
you shared it with me, but I never watched it at the time, which I guess now was because I was in college and I was really having a lot of things happen to me at this particular point in time. So I didn't watch it. And then life happened to me after that, and 2017 was a crazy year. But I do remember hearing about it a ton, um, and thinking it sounded fantastic. And of course, I had known not a lot about figure skating or anything, but of course, I've seen the Olympics before, like I've seen
I've seen
things.
some figure
Like it's,
skating.
yeah, I knew what figure skating was. I've
Knew it
seen
existed.
routines. I knew it existed. I knew it was a thing. Like, and love, but was never like deeply into it. And then with life, I never got into it. But I remember talking about all the things. And it was, anyways, point being,
Right.
I was really excited to do it for the episode. I was like, I finally get to see and understand and know.
Yes.
Haha. Because some things I'm like, oh, I want to watch. I should watch. I know I need to watch the thing.
Right.
But then you
But then you
don't. And
just
then you
never
just
get around to it.
never get around to it unless you like have a reason to make you do it.
Exactly. Exactly. But go ahead and little pre-warning for anybody who
Mhm.
hasn't seen it and you want to go watch it.
Watch it now.
Don't listen to the rest of this and go watch it because we're just
Don't watch
gonna
it.
talk about it with
We
spoilers
are.
and everything involved.
There are a lot of things happening. So, but But I'm so excited, and we can't discuss anything going forward without first discussing the intro song because it's a
Yes.
bop. It's
Yes.
so good.
And the fact that so trying to
And
think of the name. But yeah, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say the fact I come back to whatever you're gonna say, put a note in it. But the fact that
Right.
I somehow already knew the song, so I must
Mm-hmm.
have either heard it from you, or the fact that I was listening to it and I was like, wait, hold on.
In the way that like I wish you could have I wish we could have watched it together because if you would have
Yeah.
seen I felt like the stereotype and you'll see it in animations a lot people
Mm,
like represent in a very over exaggerated way, right?
mm,
The idea of the eyes lighting up when they like see
yes.
somebody they've been waiting to see or like like if you're Yuri seeing Victor.
Yes.
My eyes did that as soon as the theme started. I hadn't heard this thing in years, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I think my eyes did a similar thing, but for different reasons, just being like,
It's like, I
huh?
heard
Like,
this.
I know this. It's like
The way I was immediately
real
singing
experience.
along every fucking word. I was like,
And for the last several days has been stuck in my head on
hmm
on a loop.
it's an earworm. It
It's
is.
so good, but not in like a pop song way that you're like it'll be stuck in your head for like a couple days and then it like sucks and you're like, okay,
Right.
great, it's finally no, it's just good. It's just in your head and it's
It's just
good.
good.
It's just good. But it's fantastic and we have to talk about that because it's so good. And I mean like the outro song, I guess, is what I'm gonna call it. Eh.
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
love, not the same.
Not the same. Not
It's not the
nearly
same.
the same. Oh my God.
Like sometimes an anime has a banger of an intro and an outro. The outro's good. I enjoy the outro. It's not the same.
Honestly, though. And I have credit to give to the singer, and I think, well, I probably shouldn't say writer. I think he wrote it, but I'm not 100% certain. I should
Mm,
probably look that up actually. But Dean Fujioka,
okay.
a pillar in a Japanese modeling, acting,
Mm.
and
Modeling is not what I anticipated.
especially for, in my opinion, for the song music.
Right.
Okay, because
Right.
I love this song.
So,
Um,
yeah, credit where it's due for sure. I'm
credit
glad
where it is
you
due.
did that. I didn't get
Um,
around to looking it up, but I'm glad you said.
and something too, like related to it, which I feel like I could go ahead and show you,
Ooh, okay,
um,
yes.
is so Dean Fujioka
Okay.
and so well, let me step back
Mm,
just a
mm-hmm,
second,
mm-hmm.
okay? A little bit of disposition, okay?
Sure.
So you're probably already thinking of this particular ice skater, but uh, Yuzuru Hanyu.
Yes.
Ring a bell? Yeah, okay. Good, good, good,
Yep.
good. Same
Yes.
person, yes.
Of course. Yeah.
So I assume then you're probably not going to be surprised by what I say next.
Probably not. I
Um,
probably already know it.
Probably already know it. So Yuzuru Hanyu skating to History Maker, the theme
Yes.
song, while Dean
Yes.
Fujioka is singing it live.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So good.
The way that it had, I didn't even gotta show it then, but the way that it had the entire fandom up in arms,
Hmm.
just like it just destroyed all of our brain cells, all simultaneously,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only
because
reason I know about that is because you showed it to me initially, way
quite
back when. I think is the only reason
because
I knew that.
I was obsessed with Yuzuru Hanyu. I
Yes.
couldn't think of anything else. Ultimate
Hmm.
hyperfixation on that dude. He is
For
the
a long
reason I
time.
enjoy figure skating.
Yeah. It was for
It's
a
him,
long
man.
time. It was him. Yeah. I recall that distinctly because for a while there, I knew all the things about the figure skating, not against my will, because I always love listening to a hyperfixation rant, but because of him. And you just telling me all the things, and I love, 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 love that.
And
But yeah, and I
it's really
distinctly
cool.
remembered it as soon as
Yeah.
it came on, and I was like, ah, it's unlocked a memory in my brains.
But that does
Uh,
actually lead me to one thing I am going to show you. So let me screen share
yes.
real quick.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I
Okay.
found
Okay.
this that
Ah.
I
Oh.
did
Why does it
not
look like this? I can only see a screen on tiny.
screen on tiny. Oh, is it
It's
not
only
showing it
tiny.
big on the
It didn't do the big screen. It's okay. Let me just zoom my eyeballs in. Okay. Continue.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
this is
okay.
something I did not know about that at the time when I was watching this, was there are a few cameos of specific
Oh.
figure skaters in the show. So,
Oh,
Hanyu
cool.
makes a little, he actually has two little
Yes.
cameos. Um, and then there's
Oh.
Stefan Limbiel, uh, Nobunari Oda, and then this I don't know this guy, and I feel bad for not knowing these guys because these are like really famous figure skaters, but I don't
Right.
know this guy. Uh, and I also don't know if I'm gonna say this right. Listen, but
I can't wait to hear you try. I know I can say his last name. I cannot say his first name.
yeah, Plushenko. That's yeah.
Plushenko, I can say Plushenko.
Evgeny or
Ev,
Evgeny, one of the two, maybe
Evgeny?
something like that. But
I don't know.
Evgeny Plushenko,
Somebody tell
um,
us.
and Florent Amodio.
Florent Amudio.
And then down
Ah.
here too, you have some other, but then Honey makes another
Ah.
appearance with the little kids
Oh, the
drawing and
little
stuff.
drawing.
So it's I thought that was really cool because frankly, listen, with this I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have caught that.
No, I
But
wouldn't
if
have.
I knew all of if I
That's
man, if I'd known
crazy.
who he was, I
I
would have spotted that.
I would
I
have seen that
spotted this.
immediately. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the uh he was like a journalist in the
Hmm.
cameo, I believe is what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like spot it, but I clocked it. I was like, okay, that's
Yes.
clearly
Like
so
that's a real
I'm like,
person.
that's obviously that is clearly a cameo that I don't understand, but that's clearly a cameo.
Right,
The other
right.
ones definitely would fly right over your head if you're not paying attention or
Yeah.
didn't like. No, no.
And they did. Honestly, Hanyu's did. And it's like, and then I saw those pictures later. I was like, holy shit. How did I not
I
know that?
really the enunciation did not come through on me for a second. My brain didn't process, and I really thought you said Hanyu's dead, and I my brain stopped for a second.
No. Don't say that out
I said
loud.
no.
Don't curse him like that.
I was really like I was genuinely distraught for a second. I was very upset. And then it took me a second to process what was happening. Yes, did go over because clearly it looks like it. I mean, not that the drawing doesn't look like him, but like that one could
Right,
easily you'd miss. But like him, his skating cameo, like that, I could see it going over your head.
right.
But also that was very clearly him. Like they were all very clearly drawn to look like their person
Right, right.
counterpart, which
Yeah.
is really impressive. Like having seen those comparisons side by side, wow,
Very
somebody like
impressive.
cameos don't always you you sometimes just know based off of the name or the
Yeah,
reference,
right.
but those were really good. Which brings me to another point though, that just the animation in general on point.
They did
The
so
way
much
it's
work
so
to
good.
make sure that everybody and I literally like said out loud, I was like, man, everybody in this, they look like they're from the country they're from.
Yes, that too for sure, for sure. But also just that like they did so much to differentiate
They
everybody.
did.
They did
Hmm.
so much to differentiate everybody, and this is not a complaint that is just restricted to anime, but just in general, I think with animation, sometimes characters, when you've got this many, blend together and
Hmm.
even get a little lazy and just sort of reuse
Right.
things. They did they put it was a labor of love,
Hmm.
clearly, because yeah, I
You
just
can,
yeah.
and that's the other thing that's so cool about that too is that every single skater had their own animator. So that person stayed consistent animating them in like their movements and everything.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. I assumed but didn't really
And that
know.
helped a lot with the diversity too. And especially in a time where like you at this point you didn't see a lot of anime that was like representing people from other countries in a flattering light, we'll say.
Mm.
Um
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but all of them were, I mean, other than having like, specific like character flaws. So it's like, okay, that's a flaw. But it wasn't about like the country they're from. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Um and then too that like if I am remembering this right, the figure skating itself, they had professional figure skaters there that like filmed themselves doing all of these routines so that way the animators had like something to go off of specifically.
Which makes so much sense because I really was just trying to like figure the whole thing out. Like
Yeah,
because he did such a good job
it's so
just
beautiful.
making them look, because I feel like especially in an anime like really in any sports anime, I feel like it would be really easy to just sort of have things kind of be a bit more repetitive, but each
Hmm.
of the skaters routines are so unique, and the way the themes that they're expressing are, you can literally see them being
Yeah,
animated, and that's
yeah.
really impressive when again you have so many characters that you're doing this for. It's so impressive because they could have easily gotten really, I don't want to say lazy with it, but they could have been like, okay, this is maybe too many, we don't have to show this many, or we don't have to have this many that we're following or do this much, but they did all of it, and there's a
Hmm.
good reason like for it. It came out so amazing. It just did.
It did. It was perfect. And the thing that makes me so angry, right, is that there was going to be basically a continuation of this, right?
Like a movie or something, right?
Yeah, it was going to be a movie
Yeah.
and it was going to be about like Victor when he was younger, right? It would be like a young Victor movie. And it was delayed and delayed and canceled.
Mm. No. Oh no.
Like, how did you take, and the amount of awards that this show won, how would you take your most successful show, right, as a studio, have
Hmm.
a movie thing, continuation thing, technically like prequel, um, in the works for several years and then cancel it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my only thing, and I hate to just like be throwing stuff out there without knowing stuff, but like the only thing I can think of, they don't have any other gay shows as far as I know. That particular studio. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
That's it. And they were really clear about where they drew the line
Yeah,
in the show. They
they
were.
were.
I think at one point I did write down like this. Does that gay trickery the Hollywood use?
Mm-hmm.
Does that
Mm-hmm.
this is what that is, and I wrote it down just like that because this is that gay trickery the
Yeah,
Hollywood
it's a
uses.
constant.
It's they're really trying to draw the people in.
And the
Was not
scene
good.
where it looks like Yuri and Victor kiss, it almost looks like it, but then it
Almost looks
doesn't.
like, and then it
People
doesn't.
were losing their minds like in real time when that
Yep.
happened. And people were like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
did they kiss? Did they not kiss? Did they kiss? Did they not kiss?" And I
Yeah.
remember being in there too and being like,
Yeah.
"Why the fuck did they do it this way?
What was the point of
Just let
it?
them
Because
kiss, man."
that's the whole thing because they clearly can't have them be gay,
No, no, no,
but they
no.
were engaged by the end.
Yeah. But they're not really
But not
engaged.
really. Well, because he didn't win gold, they can't get married.
Exactly. Exactly.
All things do. Anyways, but before we get to the end, let's circle back to the beginning because I have so many things that need to discuss. Because in the beginning, right, they sort of, and I hate this about Japan anyways, that this could have like actually been a thing. But in the beginning, the way they were serving the two Yuris and Victor, it was very much giving thruple for half a second.
Oh, oh,
Like
oh.
it
Yeah,
like it's in the beginning, right? Only in the beginning. There's like half a second where it's like, what's the vibe here that I'm working out? And then you're like, oh, okay, he's 15, bet.
yeah,
But then you're like, that was a really weird moment.
right.
There's some things we don't need to be happening. And then like as it gets on, it's fine, it's better, and they've just like adopted this child. Is what's happening.
Basically.
Right, they've just adopted the child. But like for half a second, it was really weird. And I was like, this is giving like a weird, like, a will they, won't they? Like, this would be a plot in a show of like, here's the two mains, but here's the one who's trying to cause problem. It was like for half a second. And I was like, this is a really awkward dynamic for a second. I don't like it.
Right, yeah.
And then thankfully it was abandoned. But there were a couple things, and I should have written down exactly what they were, but it was really dicey for me for just a second.
Hmm. No, absolutely. I felt that. I felt that. And especially having the watching it initially at that's another fun thing. Watching it initially at the age I did and with the
Mm.
lack of nuance in my brain being like a
Mm.
very new to adulthood, like it's still a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It
It's
makes
a
a big
big difference
difference. It makes
watching
a big
some of this
difference.
stuff, man.
It makes a big difference.
Um,
Because the thing that got me was and with this specifically and with a few things, was that like, I said to myself, I was like, if I had watched this when I was 15, or 16, 17, 18, even like in that age range, right?
mhm.
I would have seen this in a completely different light.
Right.
Completely different light.
Because back then
And
it was
and
just funny.
yeah. And now I'm watching it with this lens, as I often do, and as this show is, I think, more intended to, through this lens of relationships. At the age, at that age, if I'd been, all of it would have gone completely over my head. Every last bit of it. Like,
Hmm.
and I would have seen a lot of things differently. Like, even with the ages of everybody, would have also gone completely and entirely over my head.
Right, right.
Like, there are just some things about it that are like a little tricky, which if you know, you know. Japan is a little iffy on ages with things anyways.
They'd be a
In a
little
plot
fucking
line.
strange.
They'd be a little weird with some of the plot lines.
Listen, man,
They
y'all gotta chill out over
I've
there,
s-
okay?
I've seen some plot lines. So like it was if it had been a thing, like I think that's part of why for like half a second my brain was trying to figure it out, because I was like, okay, this is Japanese. So I really don't know. Like it adds an extra layer of nuance and a little,
Yeah,
surprise to it that I have to figure out. But all of that literally like immediately early on, right? Like I wrote that early on in the
right.
thing.
Because it shows up early
So
on.
it shows up early on, like mad early on. I think I wrote that before he kicked in the bathroom stall even, and that was early
That's pretty
on.
fucking early.
Early on. Which also holy kick to the bathroom stall because
Frankly, holy kick in general, that
holy
ballerina training been paying off, dude.
that's what I'm saying. I think I wrote down several times about his kicks because why is he always
He's
my
always
man?
kicking.
He's always kicking something, but he's usually kicking my man. And why are you doing that to him? What did he
You
do to
can't
you?
just kick
You can't just
people.
kick people.
You angry ass child.
Angry
Dude.
man. God, so angry. And for First, like, can you imagine having just a full, like, you've just had the loss of your life. You're like fully prepared to quit. You're depressed. You're crying, and then this angry little 15-year-old kicks in the bathroom stall. He's like a head and some change shorter than you. He's like, he looks like if you met him in a dark alley, he would just beat you up. But he's like the size of a toothpick, and he's just busting down your bathroom stall to yell at you, like
Like,
berate
listen,
you.
frankly,
Oh my
Yuri's
god.
stronger than me because I'd have been like, you know what? That's fine for me to hang it up.
That's
Period.
it's a hang
That's,
it up,
yep,
hang it.
I'm
And when he
good.
showed up in Japan, I'd have been like, you know what? This is really not for me. You can have it. It's fine.
You're gonna have it.
You can have it. Like I don't think it means that much to me.
I related
But
to him so hard when he saw that tiger shirt, though. I was like,
no,
yes, me too. Get me one.
that's so fair. That's so fair.
Style impeccable. Absolutely.
Impeccable, impeccable. But can we talk though about the obsession with my man's weight? Because there's one moment in the beginning
Yes.
where he comes back to Japan and she like is talking about, she's like, let me see, like, what is this gut? But she's doing it in the most
Hmm.
supportive way possible, and like it's funny because like clearly he's depressed, he's coming back, he's like having the hardest time, he's like giving up on all the things. Of course I would be binge eating too, and she's trying to like motivate him to get back in. That's fine. That was
Right.
fine. Everything after that,
Yeah.
traumatizing. Why it
And
was
him a
so
pig.
unnecessary. Why?
And
Not even that big. What do you mean?
it's just
And every last
it's
one of
that
them, like,
unhealthy mindset
unhealthy.
that's in the like ballet and figure
Mm-hmm.
skating, or like that everyone has to be stick skinny, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a layer to it as far as health consciousness goes to be able to do those things and to stamina and all of the things. Don't get me wrong. However, there gets to be a point, again, where it's about like approach, how we're approaching people about the things is one. But then also like just the obsession with you gotta, no, it's too much. It's too much.
It's the because the health is one thing that's totally cool, that's normal, especially when you're an
Mm-hmm.
athlete and everything,
Sure.
like that's understandable. But when it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
aesthetic side of it is where I start to have issues. If it means that somebody's going to have to be what technically will be a little more unhealthy in order to hit those aesthetics to be seen as like, oh yeah, you can do that sport now. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that as much.
Yeah.
And
Don't like it.
some there are plenty of sports and sometimes not even sports, sometimes things like modeling that have those issues,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very
Yes.
sad in my opinion. But
Yeah, but that's a whole other thing. That's a conversation for a different day. We're being positive. So,
yeah.
but I just had to get that out of the way because that was unnecessary. And it's probably the only, like, I don't want to say trigger warning, but the only thing that would be
Mhm.
potentially triggering if you struggle with things like that. Because they do not let up at all. There's not a moment of peace for my poor man. Crazy work. But, anyways, so the whole thing of Victor seeing this clip that has been posted of Yuri doing um Yuri doing the like, I mean, his exact routine, right? Um
Mhm.
and then just like showing up at this man's house in a different country
Nude of all
with
things.
yeah, nude things. like I live here now. Like, wait a second.
And like, listen, it had been a decade since I watched this show, right? I did not remember the amount of nudity
The
that, not
amount of
full nudity,
outs
but enough nudity that's in
the
the Victor's wee wee being
yes.
slightly hidden
Yes.
behind
Mm-hmm.
the
Because
fountain and
why
everything.
do
I
we need to
didn't
see
remember
Victor's
all
ass that
that.
much? And I
Um,
wrote that down several times because, like, why do I have to see his ass this much? Why is his ass always out?
frankly,
Always out. Because what? What do you, and quite frankly, we're a little too comfortable with that. Now, don't get me wrong. That's fine. If we're good with Yuri, that's fine. We didn't need to see it. There are other ways we could have implied.
And especially because
Uh,
there's this idea um
mm-hmm,
from multiple places in the world, I feel like actually that like Europeans are very
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
open with their
Right.
bodies and with their
Sure.
touch and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm,
And so I feel like a lot of it was meant to be that sort of
mm-hmm.
a visual gag of like, oh, they're Europeans, you know? But it's still
Yeah.
so like it's like half that and half fan service. Like, listen, we can put the cheeks
Yeah.
away. It's cool, bro.
We don't
Cheeks
need to.
away.
We don't need sex that many times, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Um, and so by the time we get to episode 2, though, right? Like cheeks aside, everyone is so uptight. Like, Yurio is so uptight. He like
Hmm.
uptight AF the whole time. The entirety of the show, really, so uptight. But then like Yuri is so caught up in his head that he's also uptight, but in a really different way.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just uptight, except for Victor, who's walking around with his butt out. And I just
Uh-huh.
like, sure,
It's
I
the
don't
juxtaposition.
understand. Yeah,
It's the like, how the fuck can you be like the guy, but also be like,
he's
give me
so
some more of my
unserious.
cuddly
He's
balls.
so
Hey, you're
unserious.
licking like,
I'm like, Victor
what?
is so unserious the entire time. And I don't know if it's a result of just like his personality or a result of like him having been on this pedestal in the figure skating world for all these
Right.
years. Clearly, since he was, it's at least 11, 12 years. I don't remember when it said he started, but like over a decade that you've been like heads above everybody else. And so
Hmm.
you just now take everything unseriously because everybody is like this. I don't know. And quite
I don't
frankly,
know.
the obsession that everybody has with Victor is crazy. Let's let's just I have to just address because why is it that every single person in this show, not even down to the main characters. I'm talking like the side characters, the little girls, the girl running the rink, the coaches,
Hmm.
everyone is obsessed with this man, and not a little bit. Like their entire lives, their inner monologues are dedicated to him all the time. Like what's happening?
I guess it's just the being like, oh, this sport is a big part of our lives, so we're a big fan of it. And this dude is so amazing and so talented, and he's on top and everything, so we all love
Mhm.
him.
And I
Uh,
could I could understand. Yurio not liking him, one of my favorite the whole show. Him being perpetually angry at Victor and just hating the entirety of the show, but also not really. Like, I love that so
right,
much. It's such a good dynamic. Because, like, clearly you do like him and have all the respect for him
right.
as being on top, but, like, you also clearly, like, want to punch him in the throat. And I love these two things happening at the same time.
And I feel like my
Because he's
favorite,
great.
and it's such a good example because I feel like my favorite part of this show is the like the showcasing of love in
Yes.
different types of relationships, not
Yes.
just romantic. And you see that with like
Yep.
Yurio and his grandfather. You
Hmm.
see that with like kind of even Yurio and Otebek. You see
Oh,
it
we're
even
gonna
with
well, hold on.
Yurio and
Look, we're gonna
Victor.
get there. We're gonna get there because I have so many things to say about all relationships. But I have to backtrack for a second before we get to that because
Okay.
um the b- 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 I have to bring it up in sort of some order because like the relationships portion of it is much more prevalent in sort of like this the mid to second half of the show, right? And in the beginning, we're so focused on Yuri and his like just self-deprecating ways and him trying to like come to terms with the things that he needs to do to change his skating and to not change the way he feels about himself, because it takes like forever for us to get to that, but just for him to like find different ways to approach the whole situation that he's found himself in.
Mhm.
And so I like that there are two aspects of it. One being all the relationships, which we'll get to that, but your relationship with yourself as well.
Mhm.
And that is
Okay.
something that is really hit on, I feel like, in the first part of the show, because we get so much of Yuri's monologue, specifically with Yuri trying to figure things out, like, okay, now I have to change the way I'm moving, so I like move like a woman, whatever that means, but that's a different that's a different thing. I feminine is maybe a word we could have used, but it's fine.
Right.
But things like that, and like how he needs to just all the little things, right? But that relationship with himself, not in how he views himself, but in like taking it a small piece at a time. He is developing that relationship with himself by, and through all of these things that he's doing with Victor, so that whole relationship portion, but like by tackling these problems one small thing at a time and changing things
Mhm.
one small thing at a time. And I just love it so much.
Mhm.
I do, and I just have to say it
Yeah.
because it's really early on that it's noticed, and I love and want to talk about all the relationships because that's a whole other thing to do it with all the skaters. But I have to mention that because I
Right.
that
Right.
relationship with yourself and the love you have for yourself, also a
Exactly.
very big thing. A very big thing.
And this is the thing that kills me. Listen, people need to stop doing this thing where they look at something and they go, "Oh, that's gay and girls like it, so it's just some
Mm-hmm.
dumb dudes with dicks out." I
Mm-hmm.
don't care
Mm-hmm.
about that.
But
It's
look,
just because
there's
one
no
group
dick
of
out.
people like something doesn't mean it can't have like a good
That's true.
story or good character building or nuance. Okay? Just
Mm-hmm.
because girls like it doesn't mean it doesn't have nuance. Fix
Facts.
yourselves.
Facts. As a matter of fact, it might have more nuance. Thank you. It's just so we're all in that. But
Exactly.
look, but look, there are no dicks out. The fountain is doing the Lord's work. There are no dicks to be seen.
Exactly.
It's fine. So you can watch it and not feel bad.
Cheeks, though.
Well, that's a different. But look,
Sorry.
you guys see more cheeks in the locker room. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Um, but yes, I love that whole aspect of the different nuances and it being so not focused on any one thing. But I think that not I think. I'm sure there are other ways you could do it, but I think that figure skating was such an appropriate choice to showcase this particular topic of conversation because of being able to do it with your theme for the year and for your pieces and focus being able to focus on these different things and having all of
Yeah.
these different storylines play out. I think it was the appropriate choice to do it in this case, especially at the time that this was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent choice. And I love the
Excellent.
way it was written.
And because you could tell they put so much care into every fucking aspect of this show. Yeah, it has its funny moments. Yeah, it's really lighthearted. But they put so much effort and care into this. And this is why I'm so mad we didn't get that fucking movie.
Yeah. Although at this point I'm a little conflicted because I don't know if it would get the same love and care.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
not at
am
this
sure it would
point.
have to be different people working on it and a whole thing. And like it might get more love and care, but it's been so long. Like, would we get the
Right.
same people? Would it be like I don't? I'm conflicted about it in some ways, which is how I am about anything. And sometimes it turns out being wonderful. So don't let my
Right.
negativity. But
No, but
um,
it's totally fair, especially in kind of this day and age where most of the things that come out in general tend to be more lackluster.
very lackluster. Which is why I'm like slightly concerned about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. there are a lot of countries putting out a lot of things that are not lackluster,
Right. But something that's big, things that get big,
but things that
sometimes
get big,
now they,
things
yeah.
that are getting sequels or remakes or whatever,
Yeah.
sometimes we really hit a home run on them. Like 10 Things I Hate About You back in the day being a remake of Shakespeare's work, right? The Taming of the Shrew. A great way to do that. It was different enough, right? And we're not, we're just doing things different. We're telling a different story, right? And like those
Right.
things are fine, and I love that. But this day and age, things are really just getting remade,
Yeah.
and we're not necessarily adding to them.
We're not doing anything. We're taking
We're
the
not doing
exact
them
same fucking
justice.
script and just doing it with some different actors.
We're doing it with different people. And don't get me wrong, love seeing different people. I love seeing, I love that. But if we're doing that, overhaul it. It needs to either be added to in a way that I think a movie would be a great add on to this. But I would just be more concerned that at this point they would just remake it and make it maybe more of a BL, which fine. I kind of like it the way it is, if I'm being honest. I wish they just had them kiss, but I
Yeah.
do kind of like it the way it is because it allowed for us to see more of their relationship. Now, if I'd
Which
been
they
watching
still
this
could have
back
done
in the
both.
day, I don't know that I would have agreed with. But now, like, yes, don't
My
get me
thing
wrong.
is,
You
they
can do
could have
both
done
things at once.
both.
You can do both things. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I liked that it was just relationship. I don't always say that about shows, but I enjoyed it. Now, don't get me wrong. If we're talking about like things we wish would have been redone, that's a whole different conversation. But I like it as it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like even rewatching it, I was still just as happy the first time.
Yeah. It was still it's just good. Like it just is good as it is. Again, a conversation about things that I wish had been different or that I would have liked
Right.
to have seen, that's a different conversation. But I do like it as it is. Like I just enjoyed it and had a great time. And I kind of both like I had a love-hate relationship with just yelling just kiss at the screen. But like you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But it was good. Because there
Now,
were just things that I think were unnecessary. Like, why are you going to ask him about his love life so often if we have no intention of answering those questions or doing any sort of development with it? Don't do it. Don't do it. There's not a need for that. You
right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Always just feels it's just more of like just kind of a flirting thing.
Yes, but don't flirt if we're not going to do it. Don't. If we're not going to do it, don't flirt. If we're not going to kiss, don't flirt. This
No,
is how I feel about it.
that's fair. That's fair. And that's why
If
they
we
should
weren't
have
going to have them
just
kiss, they should have kissed.
had
Yes.
them officially
Yes. It should have been
together.
canon. Should have just been canon.
It wouldn't have been
Like,
hard. You would have been able to just like slightly, you could just rewrote a couple of sentences, frankly, and they
literally,
would have
that's all
been canonically together.
because they were
That's
already
all they need to
pretty.
do.
That was as canonically together as you can possibly get without being canonically together. I
Yeah.
don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen a. I'm gonna call it queer baiting, even though I don't exactly know if that's what it is or if this is like bromance. I don't know what's
It
happening,
was just the
but that is
standard. It was like, we
it was
can't
the
be
thing.
outwardly gay.
We can't be gay.
Y'all
Yeah,
can't do that.
we
But
can't
you
be
can get
gay.
as
Gay
close as you want.
as close as you can.
That as long as it still brings in
Yes,
an audience and it
right.
makes us money, okay,
Exactly.
y'all can get as close as you want. Just don't make them
Yes.
actually like kiss and
But this is actually as close as I've ever seen, I think, anything do that. I don't think I've seen anything get closer than that. And I've seen a lot of stuff. Both of the like boys love and girls love or whatever and like the gay. I've seen a whole ton of things. This might be as close as I've ever gotten to two characters, even straight, being not canonically together, but together. Is the
right.
closest I've ever seen
Right.
of any character. It's honestly a little bit impressive if like to walk that line so weirdly. It's a little bit impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, but to have cycled back to just a couple things that I just want to mention that I think were funny. The 27-year-old meltdown that Victor had when his hair was touched was a mood.
Oh God, yeah.
Meltdown onto the ice over it. Felt that
Who
in
could
my
blame him
soul.
though?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, because on the one hand, I want to be like, you're only 27. But then on the other hand, I'm
It's
like,
okay though.
also, mood. I get
Some
it.
people also bald very early, very
Some new
young.
Bob early. It happens. I mean, I guess, and I could see it for him, especially after having had such long hair for so long. Like, he
Right.
had hair. So I could see that being a bit of a thing for him, but it made me laugh. It was just a little moment that made me laugh.
It was. It was so
And then
funny.
the like, um, all of this one's not necessarily relevant to any one particular moment, but I really wanted to see them skate together. And I get that we're competition skaters, and that's not a thing we're doing. I didn't need it to be a competition. I wanted to see them
Right.
skate together, and I don't mean as like, coach, I'm helping you. I wanted to see them do a thing. And I'm also not talking about like at the very end either. I didn't, nope, not that. I wanted them to
Right.
do a thing. I just wanted to see them together skating, not in any sort of competition. So I just wanted to see them together.
Just together.
I just wanted to see
They
them
can
together.
have just enjoy each other's company, skate
Yes.
together, and
Just
then
be
eat a
skating.
pork cutlet bowl together and
Yes.
have a nice little evening.
I just wanted to see it so bad. I wanted a little, just like a little slice of my life moment with just them enjoying this
Hmm.
thing that they love together. I really desperately wanted it. And I get it, we're in the middle of the season and all the things, but I just really wanted it
It would have
badly.
been so sweet. They could have done that
So
at the
cute.
end. That's what they
That's,
should have done.
yes, that's what I wanted at the end instead of. Because don't get me wrong, it was great to see them together and doing that piece and all and fine. I felt like it was too much of a callback to the beginning, and I wanted to see them doing something new for the two of them.
Mm,
Not that I didn't like the end at all, but I wanted to see them doing something, like we've
right. Something that
grown this much.
shows,
Yeah.
right, yes, that shows
Yeah.
the growth and maybe even like projects the future a bit. Could have been cute
Yes.
too. Yeah.
I think that's the thing is I wanted to see the future at that point. I wanted to see what we were looking toward, especially like our theme this whole time's been love. Why are we doing a callback to no, give me future of love is what I want now. But it's fine, it's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. Also funny moment, Victor sidestepping the hug when there was just blood everywhere after it, slamming his face into the wall. I love that so much.
Getting
Like
cold
his arms
blooded.
were out and everything. He was like fully prepared and then just
And then
sidestep.
sank.
So cold.
It's like you think him hitting a wall wasn't painful enough, dude? Come
Was it painful enough?
on.
Really? We had to do that. And speaking of painful, not painful for them, but painful for me watching and wanting more. My man talking about there's somebody I just want to hold on to, and on this whole tirade in his interview, and Victor only going on about the tie. So annoying. Like that was I
Yes.
was really everyone
It's
else
like,
is
bro.
like having a full meltdown and Victor's just like, that's an ugly tie. Like,
He's like, we're gonna
what
bring that
is
tie when he gets
happening?
back. It's
What
like,
is
dude,
happening?
be
It
raw.
was
The
literally, literally.
disrespect.
The absolute disrespect. Okay, and so that's all of the sort of initial things out of the way, and just about them, because I do love them, the relationship, all the things. I desperately need to have a few conversations with you about the other skaters,
Of course. Yes.
starting
This
with
is what I
Kristoff.
was waiting for.
I have to start with
Oh my
Kristoff.
fucking God. Can we not talk about? I that. I-
It's weird as fuck. And my literal, the first time I saw him, I wrote down Kristoff, equal sign, weird as fuck.
yes, because listen,
And
there
he
ain't
kept
no
getting weirder.
reason that you should be
No.
coming in your pants when you skate. All right,
I'm
listen.
saying.
There's in no world
In a
is was
world.
that a normal thing to put into
Yes.
any show at
Mm-hmm.
any time in
Nope.
any place. Okay?
Nope. Terrible.
That did not
Terrible.
need to
It was weird.
happen.
It didn't need to be there, especially when we're talking about
No.
everybody's ages that are also on the ice and watching and all of the. No, there
Yeah.
was no. I
No.
understand that he's
No.
older, but no. No. It. In fact,
Yeah,
that's
like
more of a reason that that was a hard no. And
yeah.
I
Yeah.
could could not. And there. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's fine. It's fine. Let me reel it back in. No. And I also with Kristoff especially, but a couple of the other ones. I mean, everybody just wants Victor back to have this like win over him. Everyone's so obsessed with him, but in like
Mhm.
the worst way. Like we're all worried about like I need something over him, or I need something from him, or I need this and I need
Mhm.
that, and he has to do this, and I'm mad at you for that, and you're off the eyes. Everyone is so selfish
Right.
about it. So selfish about it.
Which
Whereas,
this is a common trope
I
I
can't.
see in anime too, where it's like there's this one character who's like either some sort of like almost parental-esque figure or some godlike figure or
Mm,
someone who's just like so great and everyone around them is like, oh yeah, that guy, he's the guy, oh my god, I love that guy, and then they're like,
mhm,
you were supposed to train me, you were supposed to help me reach my potential and be better, or you were supposed to come home because of some promise you made to me in the
mhm,
third
mhm.
grade,
You
and
have to compete with me until I can win and beat your score, and I have to. And I'm like, whoa, it's
yeah.
crazy. It's. I know it's a common thing. I hate it every time I see it, and it's so, especially in a show that's so heavy on relationships, crazy,
Hmm.
crazy. I
Hmm.
mean, and when
Yeah.
you've got a character like Victor who is so unbothered by being at the top and all of those things, which I guess honestly is relatable because if I had all of that put on me all the time, I'd have to be like, you know what? Don't care.
I don't care anymore.
I don't. I'd have to. I like. I understand Victor entirely after seeing all of the other characters, or all of the other skaters,
Hmm.
really, because it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot. I don't like it. But anyways, that was my side rant. But yeah, Kristoff. No,
Mm-mm.
I,
No.
I hated JJ too, for different reasons.
Yes. Oh my god.
Hated JJ for
He's
different
just
reasons.
fucking annoying.
He's just because he's just annoying. He's just a prick, right? Like he's just a
Right.
like just all about himself prick. Kristoff just
Hmm.
fucking weird. I
Just gross.
could have done without him. I understand having the like uptight or the really too self-confident and cocky and like the king nonsense. Like I can understand that being a thing.
Hmm.
I'm sure there are people like that in sports. Like I get it. I've met people like that. Kristoff, unnecessary on every level. I
And
if
like,
he doesn't have a hater, I'm dead.
frankly. And my thing, and the reason he specifically actually is the reason I asked you if you watched the sub or the dub.
Is he worse in the
He's worse in the dub. He's worse.
He's worse
I
in the
mean, not
dub.
with like the
Okay.
stuff that he says. He still says the same
Ah,
things.
says
He
the
still
same
does the
things.
same things.
Uh-huh.
But the voice,
The
I
voice coming out
could
of him is
not
somehow awful.
stand.
It's terrible. I mean, a voice actor did
Combined
an
with
amazing
everything
job.
that he was. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they did
Voice
great.
actor did an amazing
Like
job.
combined with everything, like I already didn't like him in the sub, right? I
Mm,
didn't like him initially first time I watched the
mm-hmm,
show. But
mm-hmm.
watching it in the dub, I hated him even more because I was like, why are
Yeah.
you talking like that?
I don't like it.
Why is
It's
that what you
terrible.
sound like? You sound so
Why?
much more annoying and so much more gross than
It's
you
worse.
should.
I don't
Stop.
like it.
Get some help.
I don't like it. Speaking of other people, I don't like that Italian dude.
Michelle.
Yeah, that guy.
Michelle
Don't like
Crispino.
him.
Yeah, that
Don't like
brother
him.
sister complex thing.
Not good.
Mm-mm.
Not there was
No,
not a reason in the
no,
world for that. And let me tell you right
there was
now,
not.
I love that we wanted to do, something for a sort of brotherly, sisterly relationship. And like if we've been together and had this relationship as we're both in the
Right.
same sport and it's just been us for whatever reason, and especially if like we're
Yeah.
establishing that I protected you from being bullied or whatever, like that's fine. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
They made it weird.
Yeah. They made it weird. They really
They
did.
made it weird.
And I
They
hated
gave him
every
a
second of
complex.
that.
It was terrible. It was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I really wanted to throw him in the dumpster. It wasn't
Yeah.
good. It was good. And I don't like that she also enabled it, but knew it was I don't know. There were a lot of things that were weird about
Uh-huh.
it. Like you
Yeah.
you
No.
know it's
That
an issue, but
whole
we're also
side story
enabling. It
gave
was
me,
weird.
yeah. That whole side story
It
just gave
wasn't
me
good.
like goosebumps. I was like, that's not, we don't do that. I don't think they do that in Italy either. Listen.
No, I'm sure the Italians were probably not thrilled about that, but it I whatever. There are some things that I just cannot get over with the other because like on the
Yeah.
whole, not horrible, right? Like the way we're sort of doing these characters from a different country and like everyone's got their own personal storylines and all the things or whatever, like that was fine. The
Mhm.
problem is the individual storyline we gave some of these skaters.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, and I get that, like, it's some of this stuff, I get that, well, pretty much all of it. I get that it's supposed to be funny, okay? I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
understand,
It wasn't funny
but
back
it
then
ain't that
either.
funny.
It wasn't funny back
It's
then.
not that
It went
funny,
too far.
girl.
It went too far. We could have done all of these jokes in a fine way. This wasn't.
Yeah.
This wasn't it. It just wasn't.
And, like, at the time it came out, stuff like that was funnier to a lot more
Funnier.
people,
Yes.
but even still,
Not
funnier, yeah.
funny,
But, like,
funnier.
yeah. But now, like, nowadays, I feel like most people, it would not land the same way, and for good
It did not
reason,
age well.
okay?
Yeah, it did not age well. It just
Those,
didn't.
yeah,
And
that
few
stuff
things
did
do.
not age well at all.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean,
That's true.
this. Why is this man so weird about his sister? I don't know. I like really was desperately hoping for it to be the weird like we're siblings but not really plotline because I would have been more tolerant of it. Accepting is not the word, but
Right,
I would have been more tolerant of it. No, the fact that
right.
no, no,
No,
that was
no.
I, I don't know any siblings that just love each other that much, let alone like, yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think
Siblings
so.
are not that close. Don't get me wrong. I know siblings who just love each other and are close or whatever, but like anybody who loves their sibling that much who isn't in
Yeah,
jail.
not like that.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Or that shouldn't at least be behind bars.
does she get that part? I'm like, I don't. That's a
Yeah.
hard. It's a hard pass. He does belong in the jail. Mm-mm. Um. So that was the whole thing. Um. And so in the same vein, though, I have to ask, who of the other skaters, we're not going with the mains, the main like three,
Right.
who do we love the most?
I was gonna ask you.
Oh, well, I need to have your answer first. I've asked first.
Oh.
I must
Oh.
know.
Because watching it back the
This is
second
why I wanted to
time
know.
around,
Uh-huh. I want to know if the answer's changed.
I was like, they actually did it,
Oh,
which
well
I was
then in
kind of
that case,
surprised about
I
because
have to know with
usually,
yours. Uh, I have to know two things with yours then. Of the main, who's your favorite, and then also of the other skaters. I have to know both now. And did those answers change?
of the main, who is my favorite, and actually, no, none of my favorite characters changed.
Okay,
Um,
but okay, I need to know everything now. I need to know all.
so because I related so much to Yuri at the time, right? Well, actually, no. Well, I don't know if this technically counts, but like, hmm, who I related to the most changed, right? But I don't think my like, well, out of the main three, I don't know that I ever necessarily, I would say Yuri was my favorite, only by a small margin out of the main three, out of Yurio, Yuri, and Victor.
Okay, okay, okay.
Um, Now because back then there was at one point, and I can't remember which order I went in, but at one point I related to Yurio the most. And then at one
Ah.
point I related to Yuri the most. And now I feel like I relate to Victor the most. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I've become stupid in my old age or if it's just because I'm close to Victor's age now. I don't
Right,
know
right,
what it
right.
is, but I'm just like, yeah, I fuck with that guy.
I
Yeah,
fuck
what's
with that
up?
guy. Yes, because I think it must be the age thing because I loved Beetlejuice. And I was like, am I dumb?
Is it me?
My issue. The way I was like, I feel that in my soul.
Yes, yeah. And it's funny seeing that evolution, but I also still feel like I love them all so
So much
equally
for
as
so different
characters.
reasons. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the mains is how I feel. I love them
Yeah, for
all
the mains.
in so many. I the love I have for Yurio, that angry little Russian fairy.
Frankly.
I love him so much. I
It's
want to just shrink
hilarious.
him down and have him on my pocket narrating my day because I just feel like I
A
love
little
him.
Russian fairy, little Russian
Yeah,
Tinkerbell
little
over
Russian
here
Rush.
in my pocket.
Yes, Russian
Absolutely.
Tinkerbell. I would watch that. Anyways, but I love them all for so many different reasons for a lot of all the different things.
Hmm.
But Victor,
Yeah.
I understood. I feel like a lot of the humor and the um attitude. Like looking at, I was
Yes.
like, I this might be me. It was weird. Just some of the like the jokes and the like teasing flirting. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense in my,
I was like, oh,
like, that's fine. Sure.
of course.
As what else, what
Yeah.
other option would you? I mean, like when he sidestepped the bloody hug, I was laughing my ass off, but I was also like,
Like,
say
yeah.
that's I said it as he
Yeah.
was doing it. I was like, but the blood spurting
Frankly.
everywhere.
It's like, you know what? Yeah, no, this is some
Something different I
expensive
do.
finery here. I don't
Yeah.
need you bleeding all over it.
I'm in my good suit today. I
Goddamn.
don't think so. I know. Or like the complete inability to be able to know what to do as a coach and like saying the wrong thing but also the right thing. The like I'm
Yes.
disappointed in you hurt, but also like
Yes.
as a person felt that because I had the same, and it was a weird dichotomy for me where I was like I had the same reaction and I was like I would have probably said the same thing but also wanted to punch myself in the throat for having said it because why? Why? Like the immediate regret on his face
Right.
felt also in my
Yes.
soul.
Because he's just trying to figure it out. You know
He
what I
has
mean?
no
He's
idea what
just
he's
trying to
doing.
figure out, am I
Yeah.
doing that? Because, like, he hasn't been a coach before. He's been
No.
coached. He's never been the
Yes.
coach.
And he'd never listened to his coach, really.
No, he did not.
And because he has such an unbothered attitude and has to ignore everything that everybody else says because he's so, that's the guy. He has no idea what he's doing. And so I get it. I get
Hmm.
it in a way that I can relate to now at this point. And it was just definitely different for sure, but it was yeah. So anyways, of the main, yes, mood.
Yes.
But now of the
And
others, I
then
must know.
of the others,
Mhm.
so keeping in mind, and I, because I watched one of these episodes with someone else yet, and I was like, God damn it, you asshole. Um,
Mhm.
but I, we were talking about, I was like, man, when I was younger, right? Petite was always one of my favorite of the side skaters. And they
Mm-hmm.
were like, well, it's probably because he's brown. But that's based though. It's based because I've explained to them before that whenever I was younger, there was a lot less brown characters in every piece of media I ever got to watch. And so I would always cling to a brown
Sure.
one. Like that's
Sure.
my favorite character. You look like me. That's my favorite character, right? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, maybe subconsciously, but also why the fuck would you say that?
Yeah, why would you say
But
that?
right. But he was one of my favorites, not because of the fact that he was brown, at least not consciously, but of the fact that it was his personality. It was like his stark
Mm,
contrast to Yuri. That's what drew me to him and his
right.
like supportive nature. He's
That
just
makes
sweet,
sense.
man.
No, he
Is that
is.
so
I
bad?
love. No, I love him. He is one of my favorites as far as the sides go. I love PG so much, actually. You
Yes.
love him so much. Um, Definitely up there. I have two. He is
You
one
have
of
two.
them. I
Okay.
have two. He is one of them. And I felt like we were gonna agree on him because he's just spectacular.
Because he's a
How
great
can you not?
character.
How can you
Yes.
not? I mean, he's
Ooh.
such a ray of sunshine and so supportive and just so I don't know. He's just good. Just
He's
literally
just
just
great.
good.
And frankly,
I
out of the
would
pool
fight
of
for him.
people that he's in for
That
us to pick
the
from,
bar is low.
okay, listen, the bar
The
is
bar
in
is low.
hell.
I
Because
mean,
you've got Sister
yes.
Complex, you've got Sir Comes a Lot, and then you
Mhm.
got dude that's like crazily obsessed with his ex. We didn't
Oh,
even talk
fucking
about him.
Georgie. Yeah, I wrote his name down at one point and
Yeah,
then I didn't want to
Georgie.
talk about him because why are you so angry? Why are you so angry?
Frankly,
So angry.
she's moved on.
Um,
Just move on
yeah,
too.
let her move on. And why did we have to write it like she was suddenly interested in him because of that weird? I didn't. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
no, we didn't need to do
Weird.
that.
We didn't need that. We really didn't. And no. It just hard pass. Hard pass. No. So I had to go digging for his name
Ooh,
because I couldn't for the life of
Otepec?
me remember. Oh, Tebek, yes. Alton, who I loved because of the way that he interacts with Yurio.
Yes. Oh
He's
my God.
fantastic. Um, and just the idea that he is so sort of stoic and introverted anyways. I mean, first of all, the moment where he just kidnaps the Russian fairy cracked me up because that was like that's a whole other thing. But it was just really funny. And like him being so excited on the PG announcing the marriage and him just clapping along with it.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
he
straight
like
face, but
straight face. So, so he might be like my favorite of the other ones. I mean, I love PG
he's
so very
great.
much. But I love
He is so
Otebek
great.
because of things like that where he's like so straight faced but like yes, I'm here, I support, I love this very much. But he's
Right.
also like so considering of the things like, "Oh, you need out? All right, get on. Let's go. We're going. I got your back." Or like um uh just the way he asks to be friends, not like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I assume we're friends or let's be friends. It's
No.
do you want to be? That was so indicative of his personality, and I just love him so
Mm-hmm.
much. So much. And
And
then
honestly,
that
I think more people should do that.
Exactly. I did not do that to you, but I do.
That's okay. It was
I
pretty clear with
yeah.
us, I think. It
It's,
was pretty clear.
but I do highly recommend we ask. It's good to ask. It's this is better. But the way that he's also though like so supportive. I mean like not outwardly so. He's not like yelling on the side or whatever, but like
Hmm.
um that he's still so supportive of Yurio's I keep trying to say everybody's names like with Victor's fucking dub actor accent and it's getting on my nerves because it's stuck in my head. But with Yurio's free skate program or whatever,
Hmm.
this
Yeah,
oh, it was so good.
it's so good. Also, can we
So
talk
good.
about how good that free skate was, though?
We can. I look, here's the thing. All of his free skates on or not free skates, all of his skates, honestly. So good.
All of them. So
So
good.
good.
And he only got better. That's one thing I
And
love too
he's
about the show
15.
is that, like, even like watching, because you watch them do like the same routine more than once, but you see the
Mm-hmm.
changes, you see the differences. They animated that shit again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the attention to detail where they're like, you see them falling, or you see them like, oh, they fell when they did this previously, but now they didn't fall this time,
Mm-hmm.
or they usually hit this thing and now they're not hitting it anymore, oh shit, while it's continuing to go like with all of their side stories and everything.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
I love. It's and that's a whole other deal. But anyways, I love. So I circling back to Otebek though, briefly, um, because I did like a slight deep dive into him, trying to like get into trying to figure out little things about everybody. Like I found out for the Chinese skater whose name I also can't remember quite this particular moment. Yeah, the voice actor voiced a character in Ruby, which is a show I was obsessed with ages ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I
I was like,
remember
ah,
Ruby.
yeah, right.
I think I still have those figures somewhere.
Yeah, it's hanging from my car, but um, so that I do my little deep dives on just random things and then just kind of go down rabbit holes sometimes. But so Otebek was actually based off of a Kazakh skater, a bronze Olympic medalist actually, and who got like teddy bear plushies of the character Ted, from the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but like the one that Otebek is carrying around in the final episode. And it was like a
Aww.
little call out and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But then and he had even like yeah, his name is Dennis Tin, and he had like posted a picture of Otebek on his Instagram at one point on like the Kazakhstan's independence, and it's like it was a whole thing. It was very sweet. But found out he passed away in 2019. He was stabbed by two carjackers and lost blood and died, and I was very sad.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. It was, I mean, not to have brought down the mood a little bit, but I had to share that tidbit. So, yes, because it was just a big thing for him. And it was, had to be mentioned since we were talking about some of the things earlier with cameos and things. And it's a cameo that you wouldn't have, like, known because it was just such a little niche thing with the teddy bears.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but anyways, but Otebek, I liked his entire demeanor and the way he showed his care and concern for not just Yurio, but like the people around him, the other people that I think he was friendly with too. It was a very interesting character, and I really wanted to see more of him. I liked him. So, so there's that. And I think I feel like we've hit on a good bit of things.
I think we have.
There's one
It's
last thing, actually, two last things I want to mention, and then I think we've hit on a good bit of things. But one thing, um, when Yurio's grandpa makes the pork cutlet bowl,
Peroshki. Yeah.
pierogies, after having had his like, oh, mine are not good enough for you, but
Yeah.
that's that love that he took the time to go and do the research and listen to what was said, and he was like,
Hmm.
this is what we'll do. That love, it's things like that that I love about this show. It's the little
Right.
things that
Hmm.
are like,
Because it
you look
all,
away, you could miss.
yeah. And it all adds up to those, or adds to all those relationships and all the different forms of love you get to see. And it's very sweet.
Because you do, I mean, like, obviously it's supposed to be this whole thing with Eros versus Agape, not versus, but like, the sort
Hmm.
of two sides to the same arrangement. And then they kind of slowly bring in everybody else's different types of love and anger and all of these other emotions, really. Um, but that, and that we're supposed to, like the moment where both Yuri and Victor are so excited and they're like, oh, he's found his agape. And it's this like whole thing and the support of each other. But it's those little moments that you like blink and you miss. Like the
Hmm.
Piroshkis and
Yeah.
Otabek's, like, do you want to be friends? It's the little things
Hmm.
that are so indicative of the show as a whole that I love.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then second moment being when Yuri is having his moment and he's hugging everybody random
With that dead look in his
with that dead
eyes.
look in his eyes. And he's just like hugging everybody
Dude's
unprompted,
terrorizing the town over there.
terrorizing the town, and is hunting Yuri down for the like ch- chasing this man down. Like, that 15-year-old would drop kick you in a heartbeat. Why are we chasing him down the hall for
The
his hug?
lack of Victor was making him touch starved.
It was making him he just needed a hug. He couldn't give Victor a hug. He needed a hug from someone. Um
Hmm.
and then final thing I think I want to bring up, Yuri's Angels, really
Oh,
weird. Um I love that we have fandom names in all sports and all things and all whatever, because of course we do.
right.
And that they named the fans, loved that part.
Hmm.
Everything after that, didn't love. Why are we like hunting down on the street this man sent?
Yeah.
Not this
Like,
is
why
not a
are you
man. He's
sniffing?
15. Why are we
He's
sniffing for the
15.
15-year-old child?
It's crazy,
That's crazy work.
but also very accurate.
Yes, it was giving let me backtrack that statement. Let me not it was let me not phrase it that
Careful who
way.
you insult.
Yes.
Careful.
That was almost bad. It's giving saucing specifically.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
for sure.
speak without thinking for a second. Like it's giving K-pop fans. No, it's giving saucing.
It's giving a very specific kind.
It's giving showing up at
Oh,
Jungkook's house like
ugh,
I know the password to
ugh.
get into this man's. It's giving too much. Like, no, we're doing too much for this 15-year-old child.
Mhm.
Why are we out here tracking him down? And I love that he was still defensive of his fans when JJ was being a dick, but like they're 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 a
Yeah,
little crazy.
but still, they're a little strange, bro.
They're a little weird.
They're a little strange.
I'm gonna have to hope they're all also 15, but it's still, that was a lot. That was a lot.
You never know. You never know.
You don't. You really don't. And it's fine if you want to be the fan of somebody younger. Don't be weird.
The only
Just,
other moment I think I would like to touch on is the Yuri getting drunk and
yes. I wasn't gonna bring that up, but since you have, I love that he didn't remember a bit of it.
yes, and I'll say I like the presentation of it where it was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at everybody's
Yes.
different phones and like the photos
Mm-hmm.
and videos that they saved from it and
Yep.
everything. And I liked the very end of it where you
Mm-hmm.
saw Yuri as Victor, fine, come be my coach.
Mm-hmm.
We have a hot spring at my house. Come to my
Yes.
house
Right.
and come be my coach. Yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That was cute. The pole
Yeah.
dancing with
No,
Sir Comes a Lot was a bit much for
that was
me.
a bit much. I get to
The
cry.
dance battle with Yurio was pretty cool.
Hilarious. I love that
That was
Yurio actually
hilarious.
did the dance battle.
That's what I'm
I love
saying.
that. My my favorite thing about it though, even with Sir Comes a Lot, was that we did get to see that while Yuri thought he was so alone in the world and so detached from everything and in the figure skating world, and that he thought really that the only people he sort of interacted with or could have those connections with were, you know, this handful of people back home.
Right.
But in
But that was
reality,
not the case.
that was not the case, and that they never felt any sort of differently about him to the point that they were like, yeah, this was great and we got videos and we were having a good time, and they
Yeah.
clearly did not really have any sort of feelings about him that he seemed to maybe, it's never explicitly stated, but that he maybe felt like they
Hmm.
had. Like they
Right.
clearly all were like happy to see him when he was coming in and like it getting along with it, and like that they had these like, it was interesting to me, and was again,
Yeah.
blink and you miss it, this good way to see
About
that
how
those
in
things he
his
was
own
feeling.
head he
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. How in his own head he was. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Um, Even with Victor, who was like in the very beginning, in the very first episode, he was like so happy and ready to have talked to him.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, come get a picture.
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, come here, give me love, let me love you. And frankly, was like that through the entirety of their relationship. Let me love you. He was clearly felt some type of way about that man even before having seen the video.
Frankly,
Uh, Clearly,
he'd
the
been feeling
video
that
was
way for
just
a
like,
while.
the video was what really did it. He was like, this is my
Yeah.
chance. This is my
This
moment.
yeah. Final straw right here.
Yes, this is the
I'm
final.
coming to that hot spring.
Coming to get you.
I will be your coach.
I will be your husband. We will be married. And he did all that legwork. Like, do you have you had a lover? And all the legwork trying to figure out my man's life. Oh, that cracked me up. I love that. Oh, and then that by the end of it, even with Yurio, who was even just so mad about his nickname and stuff, that he was like, yes, these are my
Hmm.
parents now. Like, this is where I am. And I am like
Yep.
skating because you both have to be here next time. And
Uh-huh.
like, it's still my angry little Russian fairy. I will beat your high score. Like, but like, not doing it in a demanding way, in the sort of more selfish view that a lot of the other characters were still having by the end of it, but
Right.
in
Right.
a, we have to be in this doing this together. Like I can't be doing it
Yes.
without you both. And that was fantastic. A fantastic moment.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, the them just being his parents at the end of it, just great. But as far as like the rest of the characters go, with their endings, I feel like there are two points I want to mention because some of the endings were just so good with like Pachit's final skate and it being more of a victory for himself and like
Yes.
for because they harp on the whole thing with this is this monumental thing for Southeast Asian skaters and for Thailand and all of these things, and they've gone on about this for the whole thing. But for him personally, it was just a good personal moment for something that he'd been wanting to do and that he felt so
Right.
passionately about. And like the little promise between like I'm gonna do this one day and you are also going to be there and things falling into oh it was so good. It was so good. I teared up a little.
It was. It was so sweet.
So sweet. And the other moment I also really loved, unfortunately, because I hate the character, JJ, the chanting for him specifically
Oh,
after. Hate him. Do I think he necessarily deserved it? No. But from a relationship standpoint, him, I don't say doing bad, but you know, him hitting these sort of lowest points, but seeing that he still has love and it's not this status of king. And
right.
it's that I did love specifically. Not for
Yeah.
him, but because of what it's saying. I did love that. It felt like an appropriate way to end the plot for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the contrast of it between the fans and his fiance. And it
Yes.
being like this is really like close, deep, unconditional love that like
Mm-hmm.
you ain't always gotta be king and you ain't always gonna be king, but regardless, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be here.
Exactly. And I do love that because for the whole entirety of it, he's just so annoying, and she was too a little bit. But like,
Yeah.
but it was always through this lens of I have to be the king, and I am the best, and I have my own style, and I am this, and I am that, and I am all of these things, and I have to be the top, and Victor is out of my way, and clearly I am like I am no prince. I like it so condescending the whole time. But that moment of like not getting taken down a peg because it's not that per se, it's just that realization of oh, this is what I can be as well was good.
Yeah.
But I think those are all my big moments. We've done a lot of talking about this one, guys. Sorry about that. You know, I go down rabbit holes and do things. Um, but it was
Yeah,
just
this one might be a
such a
little
sweet
long,
show.
but it's a
I think it's
very good show.
fine. It was a good show. Go watch it. All of you who've never seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it, go rewatch it because it holds up pretty well apparently.
Except for some things. Except for
Yeah,
some things.
but those things weren't great to begin with, so it's
Yeah.
it is what
Yeah.
it is. But overall, go watch, go enjoy. If you need like a little pick me up in your week, I
Hmm.
highly recommend. I had a good time.
And thank you for joining us this week, as always, as per usual, unless you're new, in which case, thank you for joining us for the first time.
Thank you for finding
Um,
us.
Absolutely. And follow us on our socials if you would be so kind. Instagram, TikTok, other places I can't think of right now at Interpop Podcast. Um, and thank you all for your likes, your comments, your hopefully hard-earned subscribes, follows, everything,
We
depending on whatever platform you're on right now. I don't
yeah,
know what they're called everywhere.
whatever you're on. It's all
But
appreciated. We see them all.
yes, we see them all. Thank you so much for all the support, all the love. I hope you're enjoying everything that we're putting out. And if you have any recommendations for shows, movies, TV shows, artists, what I said, shows twice, movies,
Hmm.
everything, or
Whatever
anything,
you want
anything at
to do.
all.
food,
Whatever you
whatever,
want.
whatever comes to your mind that you need us to know about, tell us.
Yes. Tell us. Leave it down in those comments. We read all
Yes.
of them.
Bring us the positivity, give us the suggestions. We will take them all under advisement.
Yes. But yeah, other than that,
Stay
y'all have a
tuned.
fantastic week. And we will
Yes.
see you next Friday.
More
Bye.
positivity. Bye.